It was Gregory Smith who handed what was believed to be a walkie-talkie in a paper bag to Donald Rodney, the younger brother of Walter Rodney, to deliver to his older brother. The device detonated and Walter died. Shortly after, it is believed that Gregory Smith disappeared from Guyana. Nevertheless, Walter's brother Donald was charged back then for the possession of an explosive device according to documents tendered. Returning to the stand today was crime chief Leslie James. While it is understood that James was not in the force at that time, the idea is to establish how the security service would have been expected to conduct its investigations in the prevailing case.
Would you have expected the police to look for Gregory Smith in light of the information they had in their possession?
Under the circumstances, yes.
Would you have expected them to do that before they charged Donald Rodney with this offense?
Well, I'm not sure how the investigation was going. I'm not sure what were the instructions, etc. But investigations don't necessarily have to go in a particular direction.
Of course.
It varies on each case.
So we have to rely now on your assessment of what took place then.
Andrew Pilgrim, counsel for the immediate family of the late Dr. Walter Rodney. With Walter Rodney dying on the 13th of June 1980 and his brother being charged by the 17th, James was questioned on whether it seemed unusual for the police to say that by the 18th they were no longer looking for Smith at the address given.
Well, there's another factor you can take into account. It's a fact that Mr. Donald Rodney was there. It's a fact that he also uplifted a package, which turned out to be an explosive. Maybe on that premise, too, could have been the reason why a charge was before against him.
Regardless of investigation?
I would say regardless of investigation. The offense of murder can also be brought against Mr. Smith at a subsequent time.
Based on evidence presented, it was then put to James by counsel Pilgrim that in light of the information available to the police, whether it would have been appropriate to pursue Gregory Smith almost immediately after the incident.
Well, they should have, yes.
Yes. Do you agree that their efforts in that period between the 13th and the 17th do not appear to have been thorough?
I think the entire aspect of this investigation may not have been thorough. Because I do recall what I read earlier.
There were some searches. We can't say there weren't some searches.
There were vigorous searches being made. So for me to state that it wasn't thorough at that point, I don't think I could accept that, sir.
It was agreed that the failure to pursue Gregory Smith prejudiced the defense of Donald Rodney, which saw him being charged. Handa Duncan, HGP Nightly News.